Oh, should I move, Bella? Are you trying to pull out a vehicle?
They're just still trying to figure everything out.
Oh, no worries.
They're trying to figure out whose vehicle I'm taking. Since they're thinking a DOC vehicle may be too obvious.
Mm-hmm. Should I pull out a vehicle to try and make it, more numbers?
We have Bolt and James out front, so we'll have 2 DOC vehicles.
Sounds good.
Send it! Yep, she is prepped and ready right here. Just double check that I got the key in the right hole.
Its name is Betty. Questions?
Okay, I got it in the hole. So am I driving the Bearcat?
I am.
So where do you guys want me to go? Okay.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I can double up. I will get her into the Bearcat.
Oh wow, going full out for this, eh?
Can you put your truck away then?
Yeah, I can put it on. Unless you want to take it.
No,
It's up to
I
you.
can't park it there.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. This is, I don't think this lady's cuffed back here, by the way. Whoever put her in. She looks like she's kind of wiggling around back there.
Sorry, Sienna. And then we will have your EMS there to slide you in slightly.
Sorry, I thought she was good.
Bearcat's ready to roll. Are you okay back there, miss? Just nod your head up and down. Okay, beautiful. This is not the right way, but whatever, fuck it. Screw it, we'll just big dick it. Bearcat speed locked at 80.
Good.
Where do we get her
if
at
we
here?
can.
Yeah, I can't get her out. There we go. Got her.
Should have probably put a vest on her before this.
Would have helped. Hello, Miss Anderson. How are you today? Are you able to walk on your own, or do we still have to escort you? Alrighty, let's get you inside then. We have EMS waiting for you to give you a once-over. Hello, Kia.
Kia.
Alright, yeah. I'm going to uncuff you now, since you are down here. There we go. Kia, she is all yours.
Awesome. Thank you, Seth.
Alrighty.
Hi, Sienna. All right, let me go ahead and I'm going to get you checked over, okay?
Who is this? Is this Corbin?
Yeah, it's me.
Okay.
Back in heat.
Yeah, we're good here if you want to go take the roofs, I guess?
Yeah, I don't mind either way. Inside,
Yeah.
outside.
I think you'd be more used outside with that setup.
Probably. I'm not gonna carry this thing
Alright.
around now. Once we're.
Hold up how many
After whatever,
fingers your
put this thing
pain level
away.
currently is, Sienna,
Yeah,
okay?
I think we're good.
1 through 10.
I don't need this
Or 0
level
through
of
10.
heat for just hanging around here. Hello.
Okay. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a look at your jaw. Because there's a chance I can cut those wires and I can remove that for you, okay? Can you lay down on the bench for me so I can take a look at you a little bit better? Or on the floor, if you're more comfortable on the floor, either one. I won't be picky. I'm gonna go ahead and clip these wires, but I'm gonna give you a local anesthetic to start with, okay? Now don't open your mouth just yet. I need to remove these wires, okay? You're doing very good, Sienna.
Bags included, unless they're showing like a government badge or whatever.
Okay, we got one more to go. There we go. Alright, let me get this cleaned up here.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Oh, there's a whole party in here. Holy.
Alright. So this is Miss Anderson's legal representation. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave him down
Yep.
here. And
I'm gonna go ahead and do some very minor surgical glue to keep the wire holes closed. Okay. It's gonna feel kind of weird because it's a little too small to use stitching. And then I am gonna wrap your lower jaw in gauze because I don't want you picking at it, okay? It's gonna feel kind of itchy and I don't want you to pick at it. Yeah, does that feel better to breathe through your mouth a little bit? You need to be really careful though, because your jaw still isn't completely healed. It's been a little too soon, but I can take the wiring out so it doesn't have to stay fixed shut, okay? Now, what I am gonna do is I'm gonna place a couple fingers on your throat. I wanna check how your trachea is doing, because I don't have an ultrasound here. So I'm gonna gently press on your throat. I want to see if there's any inflammation or anything going on, okay? Okay. It doesn't look like anything is too bad. Are you able to speak at all, Sienna?
Very. Just about.
Okay. So, be very, very careful if you do talk, okay?
I understand. All right. Do you need anything from me at all? Because I can't remove the feeding tube yet. I need to get you in a sterile environment before I remove it. Same with your tracheotomy. I can't remove that until you're in a sterile environment. Okay. We'll do. You try to take it easy, okay?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. I appreciate you. Oh, absolutely. Fair enough. Yeah, you know, fair enough. Okay. will, if you want to talk to any DOC, words are hard. Whoever will be transporting her, or if you want to actually talk to Bucket, since it's Bucket, and he can help you guys kind of work that out. Oh, okay. Okay, well, somebody will give us a. I mean, for my history, I didn't like it in there. It was dirty, but whatever. Personally, fair enough. Thank you. I'm having a blast. You can tell.
Alright, Bella, can you let me out?
Yeah.
I don't have keys here for some reason.
Well, hi, you.
Great, let's just step up, let them have some privacy.
Hello.
Hi. I won't have you speak too much per your doctor's instruction.
We're good. We're just having a conversation.
Alrighty. We are good to move her up.
Okay. Have you managed to catch Eve on the way?
She's speaking with the justice.
Oh, okay.
But we're good to move her up into the courtroom, so you guys have a little bit more.
Okay. Do we have a? Are you able to stand it, or do we need to get that chair again?
No, I am able to stand.
Okay.
If at any point you feel like you need a sit down, do let us know. We will arrange something for you. All right? Either one of your lawyers can request it, or they can come speak to me or anyone that's up there.
It's a shame this place isn't more wheelchair accessible. You know, like stairs up and down.
That is true.
Are you able to walk, Miss Sanderson, or?
I am able to walk. Briefly, but able to walk.
Do you think you'll be able to make it up to the courtroom?
Alrighty. I will have to
I will
put you
do
in
my
front of.
best.
I'll move out the way. I don't want cuffing.
Are
Yeah,
you
that's for fun
sure?
later.
Okay, that's crazy.
I'm
Wherever
sure
you
you and
laugh.
Eve would make a beautiful couple. She would, of
Come on,
course, be
Kadoodle.
in control.
I don't know about that, but okay.
Okay. Charlie, do you want to cuff her to the table?
Sure, we can do that. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get you cuffed to the table, okay, Miss Anderson?
And then if I can
Understood.
have you hanging around like back here somewhere in case she does feel like she needs to sit down, we can just get her seated in one of these chairs. I'll let the justice know that that can happen.
You put me on the table. That's not exactly the way you wanted to go.
So
Okay.
yeah, just be around here so you can move her if need be.
Sure.
Other than that, I think we're just waiting on them to finish liberating, and then we'll get going.
Sounds good.
Do either of you two require any food or drink?
Good question. I mean, I only have 7 lasagnas left.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna keep you. Would you like anything, Miss Anderson?
I am good, thank you.
Alrighty. Move over here. Okay, this is the last call if anyone needs food or drink. Anyone at all?
Appreciate you.
I'll take food.
Very hard.
Throw it over.
If he's going head to head with Cora, he must be some character.
Do you have any preferences, ma'am?
What?
Do you have any food preferences?
Sandwiches.
Does a burger count as a sandwich?
Oh my god, yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
Judge Bongley, are you good on food and drink? Yeah, what about laser protection? Yeah, we'll have to start get one of those like mirror suits for you. We could put him inside of a disco ball. Yeah, but like a disco ball.
welcome back.
Hi.
You alright?
I'm alive.
I mean, that's always a bonus.
Got engaged yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah,
God, you could. Crikey me, poor guy.
I know, right?
Dealing with you, fucking hell.
I know. Right?
I hope he puts you in your place.
Oh, you're funny. You should have been a comedian instead of an attorney. You would have made a much better comedian.
You just drag him around by his ear everywhere, or what?
Alrighty, all
Pretty good
rise.
leash.
The State Court of Los Santos, San Andreas is now in session. The Right Honorable Justice Garrett presiding.
Good morning, everybody. Or good afternoon, good evening, as it were. Just to catch everybody up, I need to insert some things onto the record. Basically, before we called into session today, there was a request on behalf of the defense to, we don't want to use the word stipulate, but to inquire about the previous pretrial motion of a plea deal. And we had, continued with the trial, so there wasn't any need for us to look any further at the plea deal that was offered by the state. And that happened, of course, after we had our first initial round of determining the pleas were for the defendant here, Miss Sienna Sanderson. So now we have reapproached the idea of a plea deal, and that's kind of just where we're at. We're approaching the idea. There has been a note received by myself from Evelyn on behalf of Sienna Sanderson. Can y'all figure out what you're doing back there? You're highly distracted. Okay, that's good too. All right. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and read her statement, and then we'll talk a little bit more about this plea deal motion. This is from Sienna Sanderson. It says, "To those I have hurt, I am sorry. This may seem selfish, and maybe it is. I did not aim to kill you, although I realize that is no comfort and no joy to yourselves. I was blinded by the past, blinded by my own actions that I inhibited my own wishes for reform. You hold principles high and esteemed, and I sought to take it away. To those I called, I did not call you to gloat. I called you to allow those whom I had talked to live, to try to reform, although I realize even that was a selfish act. To those whom I hurt, all I can say is, I'm sorry. There are not enough words that will take that pain away, and I say them knowing full well they may fall upon deaf ears. I gradually realized that the pain I experienced was limited to my own being." That's all that's written on this notepad. I don't know if that's because the notepad is small or if that's all that there was. That's all that I have.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. There is a lot more to that. I did not realize.
Okay, let's do some more. Okay, let me get you another notepad, I guess, or something.
I am so sorry.
That's okay. Come down, I'm gonna give you a notepad. Oh, not that. That's mine. This is yours. Okay, we'll figure that out. We'll just take a little brief pause here.
believe is this one. I hate Notepad.
Okay.
Oh, I just wrote everything. I can't believe this.
All right, I received the other half. So just as a reminder, the last sentence was, I gradually realized that the pain I experienced was limited to my own being. And then it goes on to say, to those who lead that pursuit of retribution on Sonora Freeway, you helped with that conclusion. To the one who told me, quote, I hope you bleed out, end quote, your words continue to echo in my mind. The weight of guilt I carry will forever be accompanied by the memories of those I have harmed. However, this is my burden to bear. The darkness of me is something I must confront on my own. My memory should remain solely mine, as should my sorrow. I deeply apologize to anyone who has been hurt by my actions or my pain to cause you pain. Once again, I am truly sorry. I deeply regret my actions, and I am fully dedicated to making things right with all of you, even if it takes a lifetime. Now, talking a little bit more on the plea deal, pretrial motion, we decided to do away with the plea deal because Mrs. Sanderson wanted to proceed with a trial, which is why we are all here for the second part of this, I guess. Now, there has been communication that's been, or I guess a discussion between defense counsel, the prosecution, and myself about under what terms should be added according to the defense in order for Sienna to feel comfortable signing it. And those stipulations are the following. One, that there be, this is to be clear, this is what she would like to have added to the plea deal if she were to be offered one. And that would be number one, that no 95 or suspect in custody would be double handcuffed to a bed. And two, that any 95 or suspect in police custody would be allowed to be discharged to any member of the SASP. So that's just for the court record. That is what I've been told. I believe that's true. Is that what we discussed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. That is what is discussed. However, in the state of San Andreas, the judiciary holds the authority to allow or disallow plea deals. At this point, before the trial, I was willing to consider her being able to plea out on the charges that she had before her. And it's true that throughout this trial, I will allow her the opportunity to change her plea on all the charges that she's facing. What I'm not willing to do is to add on stipulations to a plea deal so that you'll feel comfortable signing it that have nothing to do with the charges that are at hand. The fact that Miss Sanderson is facing 6 counts of torture, 3 counts, well, really, 6 counts of kidnapping just across different types of people, and 6 additional counts of attempted murder of varying degrees, has nothing to do with the fact of what happened to her after she was caught. The whole reason that we're here in trial is not because of the treatment that you received when you were in police custody. It's because of what you did that got you in police custody to begin with. And so while there are some things that need to be addressed, and I've been very patient throughout this process, what I'm not going to do is hold the state attorney's office accountable and make promises to you based on how you felt that you were treated after you were put in police custody. It has nothing to do with whether or not you are pleading appropriately to the charges that you're facing. Whether or not you're going to say that you are guilty of a crime should not be stipulated upon how other people beyond yourself are going to be treated by the state of San Andreas. It just doesn't make any sense. And I can't hold them to that promise. No reasonable court would allow them to do so. And so at this point, I will not be entertaining the idea of a plea deal. At this point, we are part 2 into a trial. I'm not entirely sure if the prosecution has officially arrested or not, but they've gone through many witnesses already. We've recalled several witnesses and had them be here for the defense today. And there is no sense in us discussing stopping the trial now unless you are willing to change your plea on every single charge that is laid out, which we haven't checked in with yet today, but we will at least 2 more times, I think. So So I just want to be very clear on that, that while the state may offer you a plea deal, I do not entertain it, and it will not happen. Not today. So that's where we're at. Just wanted to make that very clear, put it into the court record. We're not going to do this today. Okay. Moving on. Mr. Voss, has the prosecution officially arrested? Are there any more witnesses that you're trying to call? I know we went through some evidence there at the end on Wednesday of last week. Is there anything else that you need to do, or are we going to proceed forward with defense?
Prosecution officially arrested, Your Honor.
Okay, let me make a note of it. Perfect, great. Okay, and at the close of our day yesterday, I know I ran through rights, and I do want to enter into the court record that Ms. Sanderson, from her attack that she received last week, is still not able to very fully speak very briefly. So if it is more comfortable, she may still continue to gesture with her defense counsel. But I think it's important that at the start of today, we go through everything all over again, just to make sure that she understands her rights and that we can proceed on. So let me pull those up for you. I want to make sure you get them all right. Okay. So Ms. Sanderson specifically, at the start of this trial, we went over some of your rights. We did this again at the close of day on Wednesday. And we did it a little bit quickly. So at this time, I'm going to go over them again, just for the record's sake and for your ease of understanding. We've had a couple days to think on it, and I want to make sure that you are still understanding what your rights are. So starting with the due process clause of the 14th Amendment and the compulsory process clause of the 6th Amendment guarantee the defendants have a constitutional right to take the witness stand and to testify in their own defense. The decision whether or not to testify is a substantial and a guaranteed right belonging to the defendant and the defendant alone. That's you. It's important to note that if a defendant does decide to testify, they will be treated the same as any other witness and thereby subject themselves to all of the advantages and all of the disadvantages of that position. That is mainly to say, the defendant choosing to testify therein subjects themselves to a cross-examination and possible impeachment, just like any other witness. And of course, the defendant's right to choose to testify does not mean the defendant may be compelled to testify in violation of their 5th Amendment rights. A defendant may waive their constitutional right to testify as long as the decision made is done so knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily. And further, the defendant will not be compelled nor allowed to further comment on or be asked to explain why they made the choice to either testify or not testify. So again, do you understand that you have a constitutional right to testify in this case on your own behalf if you wish?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay. And do you further understand that you have a constitutional right to not testify if you wish?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you understand the decision whether to testify or not is yours to make?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay. And that means that you may listen to your attorneys and your defense counsel and their advice, but ultimately it is your call. Has any person made any threats or promises to you in order to influence your decision on whether or not to testify in court? We talked about some last week. Has there been any additional from there?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. And have you had the time since last week to thoroughly discuss your decision whether or not to testify with your attorneys?
Briefly, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you need more time to do this, or do you feel satisfied with your decision?
I feel satisfied, Your Honor.
Okay. And what is your decision, to testify or not to testify?
I won't be testifying, Your Honor. I do wish to change my plea.
Okay, we'll get to your pleas in just 1 second. So for the record, the court will find that she's made the decision to not testify in this case knowingly and voluntarily. I'm satisfied that they're aware of their constitutional right to testify if they wished to do so, and that they are knowingly and voluntarily declining the right to exercise their right to testify, just for the record's sake. So before we push forward here, let me pull back up your charges. They are somewhere here. Okay, here we go. Facing quite a few. So initially, this is what we have as your stand-in, just for the record, people who weren't here, whatever. For 1 count of kidnapping, you pled guilty. For 3 counts of kidnapping of a government employee, you pled guilty to all 3 of those. 2 counts kidnapping of a judge, you pled guilty. 6 counts of torture, you pled guilty. And then for your non-guilty pleas, we have attempted murder ×1, 3 counts of attempted murder of a government employee, and 2 counts of attempted murder of a judge. All of those you pled not guilty to. At this point, are there any pleas that you would like to change for any of your charges?
I wish to plead guilty to all, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Give me just one moment. I'll change all your pleas. Okay, it puts us in a bit of a small predicament here just because we have not had the opportunity to have defense go to represent you on their side. They have given an opening statement as to your defense in this situation for when you were pleading not guilty to those 6 aforementioned charges. Well, now that you're pleading guilty to all of your charges, it kind of foregoes the need for that. It puts us in a little bit of a predicament because I know that people have been called here today in order to do so. Let me have both of y'all approach, please. Just to let everyone know kind of what we've decided to do here is that we, unfortunately, well, I guess not unfortunately, because we have rendered pleas here in this case, we're just going to have to forego the defense's half here because she has pled guilty to her charges, which is her right to do so. So due to that, everyone who is here as a witness on behalf of the defense or a recalled witness on behalf of the defense, you are hereby released to the public, I suppose. You no longer have to remain here. If you have something else you would rather or need to be doing, that's fine. So at this point, I have offered both the opportunity to issue a closing statement, and they have decided to forego that as well. So what we're going to do at this point is I'm just going to take a brief recess. I'm going to allow the state to prepare a sentencing recommendation, and then I will go and decide on my verdict. Okay, so we're going to take a short recess here. We'll be back, let's say, let's say like 5 after, 35 after, and I'll see y'all then.
The court's now in recess. Feel free to stretch your
Does she
legs. Do
mean
not
4
leave the
minutes?
courtroom at this time. Thank you.
Huh?
Does she mean 4 minutes?
Yeah, 25 to. I don't know why she said 35 after. Is that an American thing or what?
If I had to ask you, what do you think?
Huh? Oh, hey. I'll stand here with you, Miss Anderson, so you're not alone.
I was just wondering what you would think about for what you're doing. Your hands behind your back.
Well, that was uneventful.
No. I literally only woke up to be here.
No, front door is always open.
Miss Anderson, would you like to sit down for a couple minutes?
She's, I believe she's just thinking about something right now.
All right.
I'm really concentrating, you know?
All right.
Yeah, don't do that again.
Okay, we'll do it again.
Oh, more explosions.
Back in the leg.
is so deathly quiet in here.
Say that again?
It is so deathly quiet in here.
Yeah. So? Nervous?
What for?
I don't know. I'm just asking.
Alrighty, the court is back in session.
All right, Mr. Voss, have you come up with a sentencing recommendation for all of the charges for Miss Sanderson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and what is your recommendation?
The state recommends 3 life sentences with a $600,000 fine.
Okay, are those concurrent or consecutive life sentences?
Consecutive.
Just curious. Consecutive. Okay, in defense, did you have anything that you would like to say in defense of her sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Miss Sanderson, do you have anything that you would like to say?
Only that I am deeply sorry for the actions I have caused and the hurts.
What I would like to do, I think. Mr. Voss, do you know how many victims are present today? Actually, can you come forward? Actually, let's have both stats come up real quick. Let's just do something real quick. Sorry about that. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I've received sentencing recommendation I'm not going to ask the victims to come forward because we have already had some of them testify. Some of them are not here today, but we have entered into evidence their statements that they were given to police, since they're not here to testify again. I'm not going to put the victims who are here through that again today, unless they would prefer to do so. I'm just not going to continue to put this in, put them in harm by speaking on this issue. So what I will do at this point is I'm going to relieve myself to chambers, and I'm going to take my time and go over the evidence and, you know, weigh the balance of the recommendation that I've received on behalf of the state, and we will come back with our sentencing as soon as I can. All right, we're back in recess.
Miss Anderson, would you like to have a seat over here in one of the chairs? Okay.
just to let people know, unfortunately, the voice isn't actually put on. I am actually genuinely that croaky.
I feel like I'm frozen in time right now.
You are.
Okay, great.
What case are you talking about?
State v. Petrov?
Ivan?
Luca. It's a silly case. They're trying to charge him with assault with a deadly weapon of a government employee because he crashed his car into a car in Pillbox and the car blew up.
Wouldn't it? What? Never mind.
First, they tried to charge him with attempted murder, and I said, no, that's ridiculous. He didn't try and kill anybody. He lost control of his car. And then it was like, right, I'll drop it to assault with a deadly weapon. I was like...
Or you could just not charge the person at all because it was a complete fucking accident, you tool.
Yeah, he was insistent on it, though. But so I was like, no, well, fuck, I'm going to court them because that's fucking ridiculous. Like... It's just one of them officers just being really stubborn, I think, was the situation, but...
Have fun with that.
Yeah, I need a second chair, so... You both okay for food and drink?
I was just about to say that. Oh my god.
I am well, thank you.
We really can't go longer than 5 minutes without a gunshot.
Welcome to Los Santos.
Oh, barely 30 seconds.
It's probably the locals. Were you here when that local tried to punch Juno?
This one that's always trying to lay her out, probably. Yeah, he's a repeat offender.
How have they not locked him up for life?
Because in one shape or another, the system is always flawed.
Ironic.
Tell me about it.
Am I tripping? Did I just hear someone's
You're
phone
not.
ring?
I heard it too.
That was absolutely the sound of a sea shanty. Whose phone was that?
Possibly the gentleman behind us dressed up in the Admiral outfit.
How long has Colonel Sanders been here?
Bob, you gotta turn your phone on.
How are you holding up, Miss Sanderson? Are you okay?
I am well. Well as I can be.
I suppose there's not much we can do to help you really right now. Can't fix a sore throat.
Oh, this is simply from not having my jaw wired shut for several days. And having that trachea.
Did EMS give you anything to help with it, or have they just said kind of rest it?
I believe we're to rest it.
Maybe not best asking you questions then.
Would you like to read her rights?
Huh?
I was making a cop joke. I was like, would you like to read her rights?
Oh.
I do apologize. My voice is not well at the moment, so I'm trying to speak as less as possible. My voice is not well. I'm not well.
Don't forget to eat and stay hydrated, guys.
Did we get Nancy out there? I'm almost done.
That's a great sea shanty ringtone.
At the court case. My phone was ringing. Okay, I gotta go. See what they got.
Oh, you should have his phone on silent, really.
Billy, I have a question.
Sorry about my phone.
Oh, damn, they're really struggling to sell that Massacro on top.
You know what's funny? I
Huh?
bought a Massacre before me and you both were paralegals.
Yeah, that's why it's 80k discounts crazy.
It's literally been there
Can you check
so
your email?
long.
They probably can't give that away.
Ringer is going off.
Yep.
Sorry about that, guys.
Are we leaving?
You ever driven that E ETR? The one that's 450k?
No, I haven't. Wait, yes I have. So like,
Any?
it's not for me. It's not bad. But like, I don't know. There's just something about it. I don't see it being worth 450.
Really?
Apparently the customization on this is a nice model. Don't get me wrong. It's just
What don't you
I
like
don't
about
see
it?
myself. I don't like the speed. I will definitely say that. Speed is not worth.
Slow?
And for $450,000, this thing better take me to see Jesus in a matter of 2 seconds. Like, I feel like the more domestic cars are, well, you know what I mean. The more cheaper cars are probably faster if that's what you're going for.
Really? What's it top out at? Do you remember?
Is there a fucking salamander in here?
Maybe.
Or was it like the acceleration that sucked on it, or?
The acceleration also wasn't for me. It sucked.
Just standing
I mean, isn't your car like a similar price bracket?
It's 750.
Okay, so a lot more. Never mind.
Oh, what's up, fellow
Yeah,
gang
anything
member?
else? So,
One of us, am I right? Yeah, a little slow on top, something like that.
let me show you, just save all of your money and get me into PMP. You want to go 200 flats?
I mean, I'm happy with what I've got for now. I gotta save some money. I've just finished paying back some people, so. Someone done a wellness check on the judge or what?
Fatal hit.
Okay. I think they're really not selling anything on Tuck, you know? A lot of stuff's on discount.
I want the Toros, but I also bought the Coquette Blackfin, so I don't need another car.
How many cars have you got now?
Just two.
Oh, you're reasonable. I have one, because I figured I can only sit in one at a time.
Oh, well, fair enough. To be fair, the Blackfin is like it's a work car for me. It's it's nothing flashy.
Yeah.
And it was also Juno's old car, so that made it better.
Oh yeah, I remember her telling me she was going to sell it to Tuck. I'm guessing you bought that off of them?
Bingo.
Yeah.
I might sell it back in X amount of days, but I don't know. I do like it. And the tax is only like 1.6.
Good. I seem to find that after about 30 days, I get bored of any car and I just want to swap it. It's so stupid. It's just the greatest way to lose money ever. Trying to think what would be next on my to-buy list. I mean, they're all in like the 400k plus bracket, and at that point, it's just kind of silly.
Let me try to get robbed some Fleekas.
I want the Turismo Classic. Someone was selling one for 480k the other day on Yellow Pages. Such a pretty car. All gunshots. Can you go grab the DOJ RPG and take that out and sort them out?
I just hand on hip them, you know. Success by intimidation.
You could use them nails, Eve.
admiral's back, so I left.
Who's back?
The admiral.
Oh,
Colonel's. Oh?
I mean, he looks great in that outfit.
Oh, he's PA.
Is he?
He is. He has the emblem on. Sorry, he might be PA. I should probably. Yeah, he might be PA.
Is the lady he's with PA?
Yeah, she's definitely PA.
Yeah, I can get a couple of the DOC in here to do it.
Oh.
Oh, the judge is out. She's out. Oh, she's. She is.
The court's back in session.
Sure, you want us to go to the front of the courthouse?
All right. Welcome back, everyone. So I took a little bit of time to kind of go over some of the evidence that was presented for the victims who were not able to be present for trial. And it was quite a lot to take in. And I just wanted to take a moment to reflect on the heinousness of these crimes. I am prepared to go forward with sentencing, and I have taken the recommendation from the state attorney's office, but I have altered it. But I wanted to thank the state for their due diligence in preparing for trial and providing a lot of evidence to the court, and for, you know, being on their best behavior, as it were, in terms of getting through this trial as quickly as we possibly could, and with the time constraints that we had. So I just wanted to make mention of that. Now, prepared a little brief statement here about the charges, and we're going to go over some things before we get to the numbers, as it were. So, Ms. Sanderson, today we're gathered to address the grave and heinous crimes to which you have pleaded guilty. The charges before this court are deeply disturbing, and they strike at the very heart of our justice system and the sanctity of human life. Your actions have left an indelible mark on the lives of your victims, their families, and the community at large. I'm going to briefly go over the expected maximum penalties for the charges in which you have pled guilty, as outlined by the state of San Andreas' penal code. Kidnapping, a felony in the state of San Andreas. You pled guilty to 1 count. A guilty verdict on kidnapping carries a maximum penalty of 15 months and a $1,000 fine. Kidnapping of a government employee, a felony in the state of San Andreas. You pled guilty to 3 counts. A guilty verdict on kidnapping of a government employee carries a maximum penalty of 30 months and a $2,500 fine each, for a combined penalty of 90 months and $7,500 in fines. Kidnapping of a judge, a felony in the state of San Andreas. You pled guilty to 2 counts. Guilty verdict on kidnapping of a judge carries a maximum penalty of 40 months and a $4,500 fine per count. This will give you a combined penalty of 80 months and a $9,000 fine. Attempted murder, a felony in the state of San Andreas. You pled guilty to 1 count. A guilty verdict on attempted murder carries a maximum penalty of 50 months and a $7,500 fine. Attempted murder of a government employee, a felony in the state of San Andreas. You pled guilty to 3 counts. Guilty verdict on attempted murder of a government employee carries a maximum penalty of 60 months and a $10,000 fine each. That would give you a combined penalty of 180 months, $30,000 in fines. Attempted murder of a judge, a felony in the state of San Andreas. You pled guilty to 2 counts. A guilty verdict on attempted murder of a judge carries the maximum penalty of 75 months and a $15,000 fine per count. That would give you a combined penalty of 150 months and $30,000 in fines. Now, torture is a bit different. Torture is a capital offense in the state of San Andreas. You pled guilty to 6 counts of torture. Because of it being a capital offense, there is no predetermined or set time and fine amount that is rendered appropriate by the state of San Andreas for such a crime. Sentencing can be as short as a year per charge, as long as 15 per charge in some cases, up to a life sentence in some rare cases. The fines ranging up to about $90,000 per charge. So those are the charges in which the state has expectations of punitive action. It is important that the court acknowledges the state of San Andreas' penal code recommendations when they're considering sentencing on any charge, especially charges in which the crimes are targeting esteemed members of our proud legal system and innocent individuals whose only fault was being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Your victims included judges, lawyers, and a woman who merely mentioned an interest in the law. They were subjected to unimaginable suffering at your hands. They endured physical and psychological torment. They were inflicted with a calculated cruelty that defies comprehension. Your deliberate choice of methods, injecting them with debilitating poisons, haunting them with macabre songs, and carving symbols of justice into their flesh, demonstrates a level of depravity that shocks the conscience. Your motivation, as you have expressed, stems from a sense of injustice regarding your brother's conviction in another state. However, your actions in seeking retribution have only compounded that tragedy. Your misguided quest for vengeance has led to untold pain and suffering for innocent individuals who bore no responsibility whatsoever for your brother or his situation. Your apology, while seemingly heartfelt, cannot undo the irreparable harm that you have caused. Your remorse, though acknowledged by this court, does not absolve you of accountability of your actions. The consequences of your choices must be met with proportional justice. And the court has to seek that proportional justice in the name of your victims. Juno Carmichael, Effin Chris, Lisa House, Fiona Lionheart, Ren Storm, and Kaylee Powers. These are your victims. In consideration of the severity of your crimes and the profound impact of your victims, as well as the amount of time that you have already spent in the custody of the Department of Justice or the Department of Corrections for the state of San Andreas, this court hereby imposes the following sentence. You will be sentenced to life imprisonment with the possibility of parole after a minimum of 65 years, and you are hereby sentenced to pay a fine of $625,000 as restitution. This sentence reflects the gravity of your offenses and hopefully serves as a deterrent to others who would seek to undermine the principles of justice through acts of violence and retribution. May this sentence serve as a reminder that justice will prevail and that the rule of law cannot be subverted by the misguided actions of individuals driven by their own personal grievances. It is the court's hope that the victims in this case may find some semblance of solace and the knowledge that the perpetrator of their suffering has been brought to account, and that they may find healing and closure in the pursuit of justice. This court is now adjourned.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The court is adjourned. Please leave the courtroom in an orderly fashion.
Oh, she daisies.
Your Honor, will you be handling the fine?
Well, fucking hell.
I don't really know what.
All right, Miss Anderson, I'm gonna go ahead and put you in front cuffs, okay?
No, nor do I.
Okay.
I mean...
All right, and if you step over here, the judge will fine you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I wasn't expecting her to be...
Sure, no worries. Gonna do my part.
All right, Miss Anderson, if you would follow me. All right, we're bringing her downstairs. We're not going to bring her out till you say it's ready. Let's go ahead and wait for me here at the door. For you ready for us to bring her out? Okay, here we go.
Sorry, it's unlocked now.
Step over this way for me, Miss Anderson.
try escorting her to be able to.
There we go. Alright, she's loaded up.
Do you want 2 units in front and 2 behind? Country road, take me home to the place I belong.
Lexi, I need you to take a fucking chill pill. Yeah, no shit, because you haven't drank any fucking water. I didn't crash into any wall. You were so fucking annoying.
I do need 1 trooper and maybe I'm -1 to park up Betty.
Hello.
You okay? Sorry, it's a big step. It's a big step. Might need to go like in between the 2 doors. From the, that's where we're able to put her in from. Try the other side, maybe the back. I'll see if I can.
Here, I'm good.
Oh,
we
I
go.
got her. I got her. I got her. She's right here.
Miss, would you mind taking the stuff from me?
Yeah.
You guys got it from here. Am I good to go?
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Alrighty. So I'm just gonna be sending you back.
Let's see if I can.
Alrighty. There is your belongings.
Thank you. Would you like the fertilizer?
Sure.
I'm gonna send you off to people. My voice is completely gone. If you can't tell, it's just gone. I'm gonna send you off to someone.
There's your payment for the fertilizer.
Oh, I was not expecting that.
Yeah, it gives you guys some money to spend, you know, on commissary and stuff.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Are you gonna be good, Sienna?
Have I been anything but?
Exactly. Okay, I'm gonna head down to BPD, but I'll be back after the storm if you are around.
Bella,
Hello.
it's Indy.
How have you been?
I'm gonna send you off to somebody. Like, you can. Yeah, my voice is not doing well. I'll send you off to the lab. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for being here. You all have a wonderful evening. Bye bye.